From the shores of Africa, across oceans and centuries, journeys began, some by choice, others by force. But wherever they went, the sons and daughters of Africa carried more than chains. They carried culture, rhythm, and spirit. This is the hidden story of the African diaspora, the story of how Africa's heartbeat reshaped the world. Over 12 million Africans were taken from their homeland during the transatlantic slave trade, but history often forgets that Africa's story didn't end on the ships. It began again in new lands in the Americas, the Caribbean, Europe, the Middle East, and even in Asia. Everywhere they went, Africans built, adapted, and endured, keeping fragments of their identity alive through music, food, faith, and language. In Brazil, African rhythms became samba, dance of resistance disguised as celebration, and Cuba, Yoruba gods found new names in Santeria and Afro-Cuban religion. In America, the cries of the enslaved evolved into the blues and jazz, which later gave birth to rock, hip-hop, and gospel. Every note, every single beat, is a whisper from Africa echoing through the generations. They tried to silence a people, but the music never stopped. But not all diasporas were born from suffering. Long before the slave ships, African explorers, scholars, and merchants traveled the globe. In the 14th century, Abu Bakr II of Mali is said to have sailed across the Atlantic before Columbus ever left Spain. And centuries later, Africans in the Islamic world became poets, architects, and diplomats, leaving their mark on cities from Cairo to Istanbul. Africa was not isolated, it was connected, contributing to a global story of discovery and exchange. Today, the African diaspora spans every continent, with over 200 million people of African ancestry living outside the continent. From technology innovators to Olympic champions, from music to film, their fingerprints are everywhere. When you hear reggae, gospel, afrobeats, or jazz, you're hearing that same pulse. When you see fashion inspired by Kente or Ankara, you're seeing Africa reimagined. The diaspora didn't just survive, it transformed the world. The story of the African diaspora is not a tale of loss. It's a tale of return, because no matter how far the journey, Africa has always been home in spirit, in rhythm, in soul. And the world, without Africa, would be silent. Thanks for watching. If you found this story powerful, please like, subscribe, and share.